In the opening scene, we see Spain descending into chaos as a severe crisis grips Europe, leading to shortages of basic necessities. As a result of a tyrannical government, the regime called "not enough for all" takes place. In order to cope up with this crisis, the government initiates a deadly measure: extermination of the elderly at first and eventually pregnant women and children. Some nations, such as Ireland, Iceland, and Norway, stand against this brutality. So many people are trying to escape to those lands. However, doing this legally is almost impossible, prompting people to resort to illegal means. Among many people, we are introduced to a married couple, Nico and Mia, who are trying to leave Spain via illegal means. They bribe a human trafficker to smuggle them to a local harbor for escape. The couple then makes their way through shipping containers, hiding from the authorities and their monitoring helicopters. Along the way, they come across another smuggler who demands more money. The couple has already offered all of their money, so they are forced to sacrifice their wedding rings. Following this, they are allowed to board a truck's container that will transport them to the port. Nico's plan is to escape to Ireland by being transported on a cargo ship. Once inside the truck, they find themselves among other desperate people, including pregnant women like Mia and other families with children. However, no one talks to one another, as they are consumed by their own concerns. During this, Nico presents Mia with a chocolate, urging her to save it for later to celebrate their rescue. Through their conversation, we learn that the couple had tragically lost their firstborn daughter as she was shot by the military. In the morning, the truck abruptly stops and a crowd of people forcibly enter. As the truck gets overloaded, the smugglers order the people split in half and get on another truck. When the people resist, they threaten them with guns and force them out. Sadly, Nico and Mia get separated in this process, as he is loaded onto another truck container. Scared, Mia immediately contacts her husband via phone, and Nico tells her not to worry. He assures her that they'll reunite later because the trucks are going towards the same destination. The truck then drives through the streets where people are protesting against the violence. Mia peeps through a hole in the container and witnesses the authorities mercilessly killing the rioters and taking the women and children away. After some time, the truck stops at a military checkpoint and the officers instruct the driver to open the container. The driver nervously complies, allowing the officers to investigate. At first, they only find some boxes inside the container as the escapees are all hiding behind a false wall. However, the leader notices that the container appears larger from outside and concludes that there's a secret compartment. Believing that the fugitives are hiding inside, he instructs them to come out or face dire consequences. Fearing imminent danger, Mia hastily climbs up to a tall wooden crate and hides herself, while other women reluctantly open the door. Moments later, the officers open fire, killing the entire group. Mia clenches her mouth, trying hard not to make any sound. After this, the soldiers clean up the container and release the truck. Mia then instantly sends a voice message to Nico, warning him that his truck is going to be checked next. A while later, Mia's container is loaded onto a ship. Upon learning that Thames arrived at the port, she tries to contact her husband, but fails to reach him. Hence, she decides to take some rest and eventually falls asleep. Hours later, Mia is awakened by sudden jolts. Peering through a hole, she sees the sailors in a state of chaos as the ship goes through a huge sea storm. Mia cries out for help, begging to be released, but no one can hear her. The container continues to shake, causing her to fall numerous times. At one point, a strong jolt causes her to hit her head, rendering her unconscious. Sometime later, Mia wakes up, only to discover water seeping inside the container through holes. In a perplexed state, she looks through a hole and witnesses the other containers slowly sinking into the water. Panicked, she desperately attempts to call Nico, but her phone is now damaged. Just then, she finds a bag left behind by a fellow traveler.